Okay, here we go. So, next step. Yesterday we went over SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. Okay? And we started to figure out what one we needed. We're going to take it a little bit further today. We're still going to say SOHCAHTOA, but we're going to learn what kind of these mean. And we're going to fill in the blanks of them. Okay? So is actually sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. So it looks like this. Sine theta equals O over H. Okay. Ca means cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, or cos theta equals A over H. And lastly, TOA actually means tangent theta equals opposite over adjacent. If I want to use short forms, tan theta equals O over A. So if the teacher on the side can write these things on the board somewhere so everyone can see, I'm going to do this. If you can take a minute and just write this up on the board where everyone can see it, it'd be appreciated. If you want to write it on your whiteboard somewhere, that's also fine. So if you pause it, if you need to write it, or you can write it as I'm going through the next step. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have triangles, and we're going to fill in the blanks of all the information. So I'll do the first one here by myself. You guys can watch, and then you guys are going to dominate the rest of it. So you have to understand that we're going to be searching for something. So instead of there being numbers like this everywhere, 20, 10, and 5, let's say, one of them is going to be an X. And that's okay because we're going to solve for it later on. One's going to be an X or one's going to be unknown. But the same steps we're going to do here is what we did before. So my first step was to label it. So we have a cross here from there, so that's my H. This is touching this line, so this is my A. And now this is over, so I have O. So I want to concentrate on what do I have? The information I have is I have something in the H slot, and I have something in the O slot. So that means the two letters I have are O and H, and we match those up. So what has O and H in it of SOHCAHTOA? Okay, that is so. This one has A and H, TOA has O and A, but O and H is this. Now we did that last time. Yesterday we did, that's going to be so. So we wrote down so, and we were all proud, and everyone did really good at it. We're going to go next step now. Then I'm going to go write sine. Actually, what I want to do is this. I gave you the wrong demo. I still want you to do this. We can write down H O A theta. I'm going to go through this. This is X. This was 5. We don't know this, but we know this is 20. So we have O and H, which means we have right here. We're going to go one line further, to which we're going to go. We're going to pull this. So that actually means sine theta equals O over H. Now let's plug in everything we know. So we're going to fill in these blank spots here. We're going to fill in this, and we're going to fill in these two spots. So the question is, what is my theta? Well, it's 20, so I'm going to write 20 right there. What's my O? O's on top, so that's going to be 5. And what's my H is on the bottom, so that's going to be X. And that's the end goal that I'm looking at right there, is to get that completed as such. Right? This is going to set us up So in the future, we can answer those questions. But the most important part is we know how to label it, and we know how to figure out which ratio we're going to use. Once we do that, we're in the clear. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put it right here. Okay, let's do another one. So write down this triangle here. I'm going to write down this exact same thing we just did. So first step is to put our numbers, label our triangle, and fill in our H, O, and A and theta. If you can do that right now, it'd be perfect for me. You can pause it. Oops, I forgot my 90. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this. H is there. My A is there. My O is there. So I'm going to fill in. I don't know H, so it's just going to be blank. I know this is 40. I know this is X, and I know this is 40. Oh, who picked 40 and 40? That's confusing. Now, let's pick, what two letters do we have? We have O and A. So what has O and A in it with SOHCAHTOA? Well, it is TOA because there's O and A right there. So let's copy down our tan theta equals O over A. And let's fill in our blanks. My theta is 40 coming from here. So I'm going to write 40 in there. My O is 40 coming from this spot here. Boom. So 40 is going to go there. And then my X is my adjacent. So it's like so. I erase all my lines because that's really confusing. And boom, we've got it all set up to solve. So we're going to do a bunch of these for practice right now. So your goal, when I give you the next one, is to label it first, arrange what we know, pick out what we know to figure out if we're doing SOHCAH or TOA, and then fill it in. So let me make my shape here. Perfect. I'm going to put my 90 there, and then I'm going to go with, I'm going to put X in the corner this time. Then I go 50 and 20. All right. And as we go through this, you can pause it at any times I go through my solution so you get caught up. So I'll start with my first part, which is going to be labeling everything. So that's my H. This is the sides. That's my A. This is my O. So my H is going to be 50. My O I don't have, so I'm not going to write anything there. This is 20. And this is going to be my X this time. Now your next step is to figure out what we're doing, SOHCAH or TOA. So this is going to be, I have H and I have A. So that matches right there, H and A. So they're going to write down the top thing here. I write down the equation. Cos theta is A over H. Then I'm going to fill in my blanks. Cos, my theta is X. So I'm going to go cos X. My A is 20. And my H is 50. Just like that. Let's do two more. Hopefully we're getting it. If not, feel free to ask the supply, or if you have a neighbor that knows what they're doing, they can help you out with it. So let's do another one. Let's put a 20 down here. Oops. Take 90. I'm going to put 8 here, and I'm going to put 10 there. So I need my H, my O, my A, and my theta. Pause it here and try to work through as far as you can with the goal of filling in the formula. Let's give it that. Okay, I'm going to do my labeling. This is my H. Beside is my A. Over across is my O. So that's going to leave me with 10 here, 8 here. I have nothing for there. I have a 20 there. Now I have my H and my O. That matches so. So I'm going to go grab, the formula is sine theta equals O over H. So I'm going to fill in my blanks. I'm going to replace all my symbols with numbers. So that's a 20. My O is an 8. And my H is a 10. And I'm all set to solve. Oops, I forgot to put an X in that one, didn't I? Let's say I put that as my X. And then tomorrow we're going to start solving for the X. So we'll find out what that X is. I know you're thoroughly excited to find out. And Kaya is super excited because she can go home and use this in her real life. Last one here. Let's do... And we'll go there. I'm going to put my X here. I'm going to put my angle here. I'm going to make this 44, my favorite number. Okay. H, O, A, and theta. And run through that and see what you can get done for me. I assume you paused it, or you convinced the teacher not to pause it anymore. So we're going opposite. Across from the right angle is going to be my H. Beside my angle is going to be my A, and across is going to be my O. Then let's put everything in here. My H is X. My O I don't have, so I'm not going to touch it. 44 goes there. And 22 is my theta. So if I look here, I have an H and an A. So what matches H and A? Ka. It has an A and an H in it. So then we're going to write down our formula, which is cos theta equals A over H. Let's fill in my blanks. Oops, I wrote sine. Cos. Let's fill in my sines. My theta is 22. My A is 44. And my H is my X. Okay. So hopefully we're comfortable with that. We just added one more step on. You guys were able to label a triangle. Then you're able to put it into where all the measurements belong. And now we're just putting it into the proper formula by filling in the letters. If you can do that, you're in a great spot. You're going to be excellent at trig, since there's only 3 things I can ask after this. Okay, you guys finish up your question sheet I have you, and then the teacher has the answer key, and that is it for today.